Okay, great. So like I said, my name is Eric Johnson. I'm the creator of Teamzy. Tonight, I'm going to show you guys a brand new version of Teamzy that's been custom tailored for direct sellers. And I know a lot of you guys have been kind of managing using Teamzy from a previous business, and it still works great, right? But you kind of have to, like, the terminology is not right. It just doesn't feel, it feels like you're living in someone else's living room. So we've reworked it for direct sellers. So I want you guys, we're going to show you that tonight. For those of you guys who are using Teamzy or have never used Teamzy, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the process of setting it up correctly. I'm going to show you how to do a power hour in like 20 minutes a day, literally. I'll show you how to connect with people, how to start conversations, how to take those conversations and create invites to the business, and how to follow up with those invites like a pro until they're on your team or moved on. Okay, I'm going to show you all of that as quick as I can. It's going to feel like you are taking a sip of water from a fire hose for some of you guys. So I apologize, but we are recording it so you can go back. Then I'm going to do an open Q&A. Okay, I'm going to do an open Q&A. And I know that a lot of you guys, how many of you guys are former Beachbody coaches?
Right here.
Beachbody, me too. Okay, great. So at the very end, I'll address it at the end. For those of you guys who are still using the Beachbody version of Teamzy, I'm going to, when I get to Q&A, I'll address how we're going to transition you guys. Cool?
Yeah.
You guys excited? Okay, cool. All right, great.
Hey, Eric, I got a question.
Yeah.
I'm using Rodan and Fields even though I was Beachbody. Would it be the same thing to transition over?
We'll figure it out for you.
Okay, thanks.
We might have to do yours manually. Right now we're focusing on the Beachbody programming, and then we'll move on to other things. So again, we'll get to that at the end. I want to talk about it now, but I won't. We'll get right in. So here's what I'm going to do. I already did a full training on relationship marketing for this team, and it's in the Zoom call archives. So I'm not going to go through the full training on relationship marketing, but I will just tell you guys this. Teamzy is not just a tracking app. It's not just something that makes you super organized. It does that, but it's based on a philosophy, a way of doing the business, which is called relationship marketing. It's based on the fact that if you spend time investing in relationships, that you can create an incredible business that's not only steady, but predictable. Okay, and so I'm going to show you guys, I'm not going to go deep into that philosophy tonight, but I'm going to kind of show you, as I show you how to use it, you're going to get some of that. Okay, but the cool thing is that when you use a tool like this with the right relationship approach, what happens is you start completely eliminating no's, by the way, from your business. And I know a lot of you guys are like, how do you do that? And that's because the way we approach people and the way we invest in relationships, you're just constantly coming back to people, right? So you're not putting them off, you're kind of warming them up as you go, and I'll explain that as we go. First and foremost, as we get started, I want you guys to know, if you're not already using Teamzy, you should go to teamzy.com and get a free trial. It's 30 days for free. Okay, it's 30 days for free, and everyone should do that, especially because we don't ask for a credit card or anything like that. You should go use it. Okay, so if you're not already using Teamzy, go in and select Direct Cellars and get that free trial started. All right, let's go in. Let's jump into Teamzy. We'll jump right in. Let's see here. Here we go. Okay. So I'm on my Teamzy dashboard for Direct Cellars right now. And what I'm going to do first is I'm going to take you through the setup wizard. So when you guys get into your free trial, you're going to be in a setup wizard first. Okay. And that just helps you set things up. Now, if you dismissed it and you want to go back to it, this is how you do it. You come right up here to the little settings wheel, and it's right there, setup wizard. Okay. And what we're going to do in the setup wizard are three things. We're going to set an income goal. Okay. And then Teamzy's going to know in the background what you need to do to get to your income goal. Next, we'll create a powerful why, because we don't want you guys to quit, right? And then we'll get your contacts in, all ranked up and ready to go. Hold on, let me do one thing real quick before I start. I want to make sure everybody's muted. I'll be muting periodically, and so just to keep distractions down. But if you have a question, it's okay for you to unmute if you really want to do it right then. All right, so let's do this first step. What income level do you want to be at 12 months from now? Okay, and what I want you to do is just think of the number that you want to be at and maybe add 25% to it. I just want you to stretch a little bit. Okay, so I'm going to put a number here in here to get us started. I'm going to put in $150,000, okay? Which I think is reasonable. All right. Oh, you don't need commas. I'm trying to put commas in. It's like my mom was an English teacher. Okay, great. So there's $150,000. Let's continue. Put in whatever number you want, and when you continue, the next page will give you an estimate of the amount of connects, and amount of people you need to connect with over the next year to get to that number. So in my example, it's 4,348 people I need to connect with over the next 12 months. Okay, you guys with me still? It seems like a lot, I know, 4,348 people, but when you need and eat an elephant, how do you do it? You guys know this one? One bite at a time, right? One bite at a time. So the next page will break it down for us, guys, and now we've got it mixed, we've got it broken down into 3 groups. I've got prospects, I've got customers, right? These are the people just drinking the wine, and I've got reps on my team. And then it breaks those groups down monthly, weekly, daily. So now I've got a daily target. In order to hit that number of $150,000 income 12 months from now, I need to be connecting with 9 prospects every day, 6 customers every day, and 4 reps on my team every day. Now, let's say you're brand new at this and you don't really have many customers or reps yet. That's cool. You can just put 19 in this category, and you could put zeros in these, okay, to start, if you don't have anybody on those. Anything you want to put in these categories, you can change these goals to anything you want. You can just type over it. We've also got a goal of inviting 3 people a day. So we're going to connect with, in this example right now, I'm set up to connect with 20 people every day. And from those 20 connects, I'm hoping to create 3 invites. Okay, and I'll show you how that works. And then I want to always be adding new people to my list. So I've got a goal of adding at least 3 new people to my list every day. So there's new people that I'm meeting either in the real world or on social media. Are you guys with me so far? Whatever numbers you put in these boxes, when you click continue, it will set these goals on your dashboard. So the dashboard will be set up for your goals based on the income level you wanted and the activity you're willing to do. Okay? Cool. So that's done. Now our dashboard's set up. Now I'm going to do our why. This is really important. We need to find our why. Now, I know that you guys have probably done some work on this, right? I mean, you guys know the whole concept of the why and why it's so important. Now, Direct Cellars is new. It's a new network, so we don't have statistics like we do in other networks. But in the other 5 networks that we serve, we have found it's pretty consistent that 1 out of 2 people in the business quit within 12 months. Okay, so it's important to understand that that's typical. 1 out of 2 people will quit. Now, I think people might stay on just to drink wine. That's definitely a benefit. But the point is that people quit this business at a rate of about 50%. And the reason why, right? The reason why people quit is simple. We're wired to quit. All of us are. And the other thing that I will guarantee you is that there will be times when life is hard. Is that true? Have you guys all experienced that? I mean, it's guaranteed. There are going to be challenges, whether it's financial, relationship-based, whether it's health. I don't know. Things will happen. And then the most insidious of all challenges that happen in this business looks like this. I don't feel like doing it today. You guys ever feel like that? We all feel like that sometimes, right? But let me tell you something. I think that's the most common reason why people quit is because they feel like that maybe 2 or 3 times in the same week, and it's over. Why do people succeed if all of us are designed to quit and we know life's going to be hard and we know that the business will be hard at times? Why do some of us succeed? Only because there's a reason to, right? Very few of us would run into a burning building voluntarily. But if we had a child in that burning building, there'd be no question, correct? It's got to be the same way for your business, guys. It's got to be the same. You have to have a reason that you cannot exist without achieving. Does that make sense? And if you don't, you're going to quit. This is your armor. You have to put it on now while you're excited. Does that make sense? Now, listen, I know a lot of you guys have heard this. You're like, Eric, we've heard the whole thing about the why, and it's just, we're tired of hearing it. I don't really know how to do this. We've read all the books and done all the classes on this. It's really not that tough. We just got to get your mind in the right place. And so we built this into the Setup Wizard in Teamzy. I'm going to walk you guys through it really quick so that you can see how easy this is. But I encourage you guys, don't skip this. Don't think it's just some weird hippy-dippy personal growth stuff. It's important because the challenges will come and you have to be ready. Does that make sense? Okay, so let me jump back in here. I have a tendency to hit a few passion tangents, and the why is one of them. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to answer some questions. Why'd you become a rep? And I'm going to just tell you my story. My story was from my Beachbody business, but it's the same idea, how I found my why. I'm going to share it with you guys as an example. I became a rep in that business because I had used the products and had a transformation. People were asking me about it. People just wanted to know what I was doing. And so I thought I should get paid for that, right? Pretty reasonable. So it wasn't very deep. What did you hope to accomplish? Okay, so what you're going to do is you're just going to answer these questions for yourself, just whatever. They can be 1 or 2 words. It doesn't have to be deep at first. We just want to get you thinking about this. What did you hope to accomplish? When I started out, my dream was to make $500 a month extra money. Right? How many of you guys would be cool with that right now? Yeah, right? I was like, that would be awesome. And I remember asking my sponsor, do you think I can make $500 a month extra money? And that's why I did it. So the next question, why is that important to you? And you have to understand where I was at that point in my life. This is just a little over 2 years ago. I wanted to put $500 a month in the bank. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to save it. We were managing to make our bills already, and I just wanted a little extra to save. We had not saved any money for over 6 years. And I know some of you guys know how that feels. My business was as a business coach and consultant, helping real estate agents build their business, right? Teaching some of the same philosophy I'm teaching you guys tonight. That was my business. I helped people become successful. Well, when the Great Recession came and the real estate market disappeared, so did my customers. And it was a struggle. It was really scary. I was really scared. I was really scared about money. I mean, by God's good grace, we hung on. We made it through, but we didn't save money for years. I mean, it was so bad that I remember, because I'm one of those guys that does the budget. You know, I have it all calculated out. And I knew that if I had lost my job or my source of income for 60 days, in 60 days, everything would be lost. I had figured it out. I had enough to make it through. You know, after 60 days of no income, everything that we had would be gone. It's like a house of cards we build, right? This is why I was like, oh my gosh, if I could just save $500, it'd be great. So then I get to the next question. What would achieving this mean for you and your family? First thing that came to my mind, man, if I saved money long enough, we could buy a new house. My wife and I have 4 kids and a big dog. And we didn't when we started. So, you know, I thought, man, a new house would be great. So I've already moved from whatever, I'll make an extra $1 or $2 to, wow, maybe we could have a new house, but it's still not deep enough to keep me from quitting when times are tough. You with me? So I get to this next question, and I don't know if you guys can see it down there on my screen. It says, why is that meaningful? How does this make you feel? And as I really thought about this last question, I realized this. Buying a new home wasn't meaningful at all. It wasn't meaningful. It was actually pretty shallow, right? But when I thought about how it made me feel, I realized that it was symbolic. It was symbolic. It wasn't that I wanted a new home. It was that I knew my family wasn't healthy. See, at that time, you guys, I was working all the time, constantly, just trying to like keep our heads above water. Never saw my kids or my wife. I mean, I left in the morning, my kids were getting out of bed. I came home at night, they were already getting into bed. That was our existence. My son kept calling me by his teacher's name instead of mine. And I realized this really sucks, you know? And I know some of you guys can relate to that. Working all that time and not getting ahead, making someone else rich. And I realized that the new home wasn't what was meaningful, but the fact was that this business gave me an opportunity to change everything. See, I could work harder and harder and harder at my job and never get anywhere, but this business gave me an opportunity to create the life I always wanted. And as I thought about that a little bit, I realized why I needed to make this work. And in the very last box on this page is where you write in your why. And you just, all these other 5 questions are just to get you thinking about it, okay? And I wrote this why statement in the end. This was the statement I wrote just over 2 years ago. Some of you guys have heard me read this before, but my why was this: to create a life where I never have to worry about money again. How good does that sound, right? I enjoy quality time with my family, and I'm present for my children on a daily basis. I'm healthy and I'm full of energy. This was the why statement I wrote down sitting in my which is now the Shoffice. Some of you guys were with me for the whole journey as I was building this thing and working out of it. And I was still working in my corporate job. I was trying to do the side hustle. I was trying to build Teamzy from scratch on the side too, because I knew we needed it. And I wrote this down and it changed everything. I have to just tell you guys, the second I got this down, it changed everything for me. Within 3 months, I left my corporate job and I went for it. And I just want to share personally, this why statement here, I need to go through this with you guys because this why statement doesn't stretch me anymore. This just describes like a Wednesday afternoon. This is my life now. This is so important, you guys, because here's the thing. When I realized that not having to worry about money, when I realized being present for my kids was on the line, how hard do you think it was for me to skip a 25-minute proactive time in Teamzy when I didn't feel like it? I did it anyways. How many of you guys have kids? Were there ever times when you didn't feel like making dinner for your kids?
Of course.
Yeah. Did you not do it? Did you actually not feed your kids? No way. You need to feed your business the same way. Make sense? But you need to know why so that you don't have an excuse. You can't give yourself an excuse that you'll believe. Are you with me? Okay, so this is why we do this section. Now, let me go back in. Sorry, every once in a while I just got to see your faces. I just got to know you're still there with me. All right, so when you hit continue, this last box, by the way, down on the bottom, this is what's going to publish to your dashboard. So whatever's in this last box, when you hit continue, it will be on your dashboard. So every time you log into Teamzy, it's there. You can read it every day and remind yourself that no excuse is more important than your why. You with me? Last step here, we're going to get your contacts in. Okay, and these little videos will help you do it. So right now, Direct Cellars does not have a function that allows you to export your lists from the back office. So we can't do that right now, which is fine. A lot of you guys are just starting anyway, so I'll show you how to do it with, we're going to start with our Facebook list. And then we'll put in more training as that becomes available, because I've heard that there probably will add that in later. But at the very first, we're going to get your Facebook friends imported into Teamzy. And this is pretty easy. There's a video here that shows you how to do it. And then anywhere else that you have people. You know, like if you're using another CRM, like Salesforce, or you're using you know, Google Contacts, or your phone, whatever, wherever you have contacts, you can import them in as a CSV file. Okay, these videos will help you do it. There's also a full FAQ section in the university that'll take you through most of the common stuff. All right, so let's go through this, and I'm going to do my Facebook friends real quick to kind of show you how this is. So I'm going to choose file, bring this up. I've already downloaded the Facebook friends. Okay, and I'm going to just, if you turn on advanced import, you can tag it. I like to always tag where a list comes from. So this is my Facebook friends list. All right. And so you'll see that it basically will do my 1,800 contacts in like 10 seconds. It's super fast. We had somebody put like 25,000 people in. So don't worry, you can get your, no matter how big your list is, it'll work. Here we go. It's jamming in. Should I sing to you guys? Fly me to the moon. Okay, so now when this finishes, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to rank our list. And what we want to do with ranking is there's an important principle here I want to explain to you guys. When you're working with relationship marketing, you have to understand this, that you should spend more time with the best people. Okay, so what Teamzy basically does is it's going to take all of your contacts and it's going to create a plan for you so you're continually touching them. And the more important people are going to come up more often, right? You should spend more time with the best people. And the way Teamzy knows to do that is by your ranking them. We're going to rank people on a 5-star scale, just like you do Netflix or anything, right? Amazon. You guys know how to do this. 5 stars is awesome. 1 star, not so much. So it's really important because if you really want to prioritize your time, you first need to prioritize your relationships, right? All right, so here's here's the deal. Let me just go through this real quick. A 5-star rank, this is someone most likely to become a customer rep. Okay, they're an existing customer rep that's a rock star. You want to talk to them more often. They're going to show up on your dashboards. It's called the Up Next list every 30 days. You're going to connect with them every 30 days. 4 stars, there's someone likely to become a customer or a rep with a little nurturing, or there's somebody that's a consistent performer on your team. They're going to come up on your Up Next list every 60 days. 3 stars is, you don't really know which way a 3-star could go. They're kind of in the middle. They could go either way. Most people on your list will be a 3-star, right? And they're going to show up on your Up Next list every 90 days. So these are the people that you're staying in contact with that aren't very warm yet, but over time you're going to warm them up. 2 stars are getting colder. They're going to show up on your list every 120 days. And then 1 stars are the people that are on your list, but you're not actively reaching out to them. You know, maybe they're a customer that's just like whatever, or somebody that you just kind of have them in cold storage. Make sense? Okay. So let me go to that page. So after you import, it'll automatically bring you in to your team list. See, look at this. Everyone's a 3-star already. Okay, so everyone's already a 3-star because the system doesn't know yet. And then what you're going to do is you're going to go down the list and give everybody a ranking based on your gut, just a gut. Now, if you've got a huge list and you get overwhelmed by this, what I want you to do is just look for the 4s and the 5s, the people you really like. Okay, and then you're going to just promote them up. And all you do is just click on it. Okay, and if you see somebody you don't like, you can just delete them. You with me? Now, you're going to go through and rank everybody. Now, there's one more thing I want to show you guys, because since there's no way to import from the back office, you're probably going to have on this Facebook list, you're also going to have the reps on your team, right? And your customers will most likely be on here too, for most of you. So what we're going to do is when you're done ranking everybody, we're going to turn that off. And see right here, it says type mode. We're going to toggle that on. Now look at this. I can move people between prospect, customer, and rep just by scrolling down my list. So if I see a customer, boom, I just click customer and they move over. You with me? And then my reps will just move over when I click them. They just change groups. So you can go down your list quickly for you guys that are doing this the first time and quickly create your customer lists and your rep lists. Okay? Yep. The other way you can do it, if you have a short list and you don't want to scroll your whole list, is you can just look people up. Okay? You can just look people up. Like I'm going to look up Trey. And then when you're on his record, you can just do it here. Bam. Okay? And in this case, check this out. He's actually my upline, so I'll click upline. With me? So there's a couple ways you can do it. This way you can get everybody assigned to your groups. Now check this out. On my team page now, you can see I've got a few groups. I've got prospects, right? There's everybody that's came in. And then I've got the people I've moved over to customer, and I've got the people I moved over to rep. So now I'm starting to create my 3 lists. Okay, cool. Hold on a second. We'll just make sure we're muted. Okay, so now we're totally set up. Let's go in and crush our power hour together. So here's the dashboard. I'm going to give you a really quick tour of the dashboard. Then we will we'll go in and crush the power hour. So up here, you can see your names here, right? And then your rank. You can change this as you go, okay? Pretty cool. Also, if you need to look somebody up that's not on your dashboard, just type in a few letters and it looks them up, okay? And then you can jump over to their full contact record. If you need to add somebody new after you've done your imports, you just click this button and you just add them in, okay? Boom, boom, and it adds them right to your list. Okay, great. Your Y is right here, and if you want to change that, you just click on my Y, and it'll take you back to that page. Okay, and then you've got right here, today's activities. This is your goals for the day. And our goals were to connect with 10 prospects, 6 customers, and 4 reps on the team, invite 3 people, add 3 people to my list. That's our goals. Now, a couple things I want to show you real quick. If you want to change these goals, you click right here, Edit Daily Goals. Okay? Your dailies. Did you post on social? Did you do some personal development work today? Did you enjoy your wine responsibly? Sherry and I were going back and forth on whether or not we should put drink wine as something you should do every day. So We added the responsibly. You maybe, you don't have to drink it every day to enjoy it. Just the thought of it, right? Okay. But you should do these other things every day. These are the things that make you successful, okay? So they're your daily non-negotiable things that you got to be doing. You got to be active on social. You got to be doing your personal development, things like that. I know I see things hitting the chat, and I know it's probably hilarious. I'll check it later. Okay, the next box here is your who's up next box. This is the magic, you guys. And those of you guys using Teamzy already know this, but I want you guys to see this who's up next box. This is so going to make you so efficient. People are going to think you're the most consistent, amazing person they've ever met when you start using this on a regular basis. So what we do is, right here is our lists: prospects, customers, reps, and our follow-ups list. Okay, there's 4 lists here. The lists are on the left, and the action we take right here on the right. Really simple. We're gonna work these lists in order. First, we're gonna go down our prospects list. It only shows you 5 people at a time so that you're never overwhelmed, okay? Our goal is to connect with 10 people on this list. You literally can do that in 10 minutes with Teamzy. Probably less once you get going at this, and I'm gonna show you how that works. So we're gonna go down this list until we get to 10, and then we'll move to customers. So the first person on my list is Jay. Let me show you guys how this works. I'm gonna use Facebook to connect with people primarily. That's what I use the most, is Facebook Messenger, and a lot of you guys do too. But you can use whatever you use: text message, Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, whatever you message people with. I've got it open in a separate tab up at the top. See that? I've got Facebook right there, open and ready to go. Okay, so I'm gonna go connect with Jay. But before I connect with Jay, I may not really know what I'm gonna say. And I know you guys are really good at using scripts, so you're gonna get this. But we've got all of our relational scripts right here. See where it says scripts? And then I'm gonna choose what I wanna send. So this is a Facebook message. And I've got these great scripts, right? Here's my first one. Hi, Jane, just stopping by to say hello. How are you? Hope your day is awesome. Okay, so these are just ways to start a conversation. There's a couple of different ones you can use here. And you can upload your own scripts too, okay? But I'm just gonna grab this script, connect one real quick. I'm just gonna copy it. See where it says copy script? Check that out. So that copies it to my clipboard. Now what I do is I'm just gonna jump over to Facebook and send that message to Jay. Close that one. Okay, I'm gonna look her up. Here she is. We're gonna send her a message. Hey, look, she sent me the same message. Jay works for Teamzy. She's doing a presentation too. All right, so I'm gonna change the name. Check this out. Her name's not Jay. Jane, it's Jay. So I'm gonna change the name. Change the name. But I have sent these scripts, by the way, with the wrong name. Have you guys ever done that? It's okay. It just start. You want to start a conversation, so you just go, "Oh my gosh, I can't believe I did that." You know, I have 4 kids. I can't get their names straight either. That's what I would say. All right. So look, I sent that message to Jay. Now that message is off. This is called a connect because here's the goal. My goal with Jay is not to recruit her. It's not to sell her. My goal is to make her day. I just want to make her day. I just want her to go, "Oh my gosh, that's nice." And I want her to respond to me, okay? Because I want to have a conversation. My goal is to invest in the relationship. And I know that if I'm investing in enough relationships, I'm creating opportunities every single day for my business. Does that make sense? Okay. So here's what I want to do real quick with this. I'm just going to copy this. By the way, you can do all this on your phone too. I'll show you at the end. Not the setup, but the actual power hour. I like to just paste what I sent so that I don't have to write notes. I'm just kind of lazy. I find that to be really efficient. Some people hate copying and pasting. That's up to you. You just need to put a note in here, right? And then I need to log what type it was. It was a Facebook message. Now watch what happens when I log this connect. Watch what happens to Jay and to my scoreboard up here. When I log that connect, Jay's off my list. My list has moved up and I've got 1 on the board. Now I'm gonna go to Roxy. You're like, who's Roxy? Watch. Roxy is who I think it is, but now I think she changed her name. Oh, that's the same Roxy. Oh, you know what? I'm going to send her a different message, but you can send the same message. It doesn't even matter. Look, it's been a while since I talked to her. Let me just connect with her again. Boom. Look. Same thing, guys. See that? Same message. How you can just send the same one 10 times in a row. Just be efficient. Don't overthink it. Okay, look, so I sent the message. Now, you can do that 10 times. Bam, 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 bam. And then you'll have a 10 up here and you'll be done with prospects. Now you're going to move over to customers. You're going to start connecting with your customers. It's super important. You've got people who are buying wine, which is great. And I know some of you don't want to upgrade all your customers because you're like, you know, it's paying for my wine. But the bottom line is you guys need to understand a couple of things. One, a current customer, you know, when you stay in touch with a current customer, it's better for your business because they stay a customer longer and they order more, right? Which is good for everybody. But you guys need to understand this. This is a really important concept that I just want to drop on you really quick. If you don't already, you may already know this because some of you are going to go, some of this stuff's really common sense, Eric, but here's the thing. There's no better source of a new customer or a new rep on your team than someone who's already a customer. A current customer is the best source for a new lead in any business. Somebody who's already getting the wine and liking it is talking about it already. Make sense? Even the ones that are like, no, I'm not interested in the business. I just want to drink the wine, are talking about it already. You need to be in touch with them. You need to be connecting with them. And you need to be asking them to introduce you to the people they're talking to. Okay? And the easiest thing is just say, can you just, whatever's easiest for you, can you send a group text or a group email and introduce me so I can send them the information? That's it. You just want them to give you that, connect you with that person. Then you put that person in Teamzy and you start building a relationship with them. Cool? All right, so be in touch with your customers. Now check this out. Let me jump back in there. So you're going to go down your customer list and you're going to connect the same way. When you click on scripts, you're going to have different scripts. You're going to have customer scripts. Okay? Great scripts. How are you enjoying the wine? Send me an update. Let me know how I can be of help. This is my favorite script of all time, by the way. Simple script. Hi, Jane, just checking in to see if there's anything I can do to make your day. It's totally open-ended. It creates a big smile. People are amazed at your level of care, and it creates an awesome conversation. Such a great script. I mean, so short and simple, okay? I also like scripts that are short enough people can read them on their phone without opening them so that they know what's happening. Okay, great. So you're going to connect with your customers the same way. Connect until you get 6, and that is now filled in. Then you're going to go to your reps. You're going to connect with your reps. This is why we call the product Teamzy. It's about your team. It's about creating community with your team. And as your team grows, I mean, gosh, I joined the Wine Warriors and it was 200 people. Now it's what? Thousands of people. Amazing, right? As you grow your team, it's so important to stay in touch one-on-one with them. Don't think that a Facebook page or a live call like this is enough to have a relationship. You got to be in touch with them. At least your personally sponsored people, you need to be connecting with them. Because remember that stat, how 1 out of every 2 will quit? Well, they're going to stay longer with the relationship there, and you can give them the support they need. Help them with their why, things like that. So you want to be in touch with your reps. And again, there's some scripts here, but you just want to check in with them. Just send them a message. Just put some love on them. Okay. So now we've done that. In this example, we had 20 people to connect with. Do you guys see how you could do that 20 outgoing messages in 20 minutes or less? Pretty easy, right? So where do the invites and follow-ups come in? So let me give you an example. Okay. So we sent that message off to Jay, right? And it said, you know, hey, whatever. It was just a connect. And she comes back, hey, it's great to hear from you. What are you up to? And we start to have a conversation, right? And so what some of you guys who are using Teamzy already can tell the others that this is true. Like usually the response rate from direct messaging people like this is about 50%. Now, what is it when you guys direct message like an invite? Is your response rate 50%? No way, right? No way. But when you just send a nice connect, your response rate is like 50%. So here's why I'm telling you that it's better to do it that way, I believe. Because now you're having conversations with people that are great conversations. When you get to the point where you're going to invite them and they don't go for the invite, you've had a nice conversation, which leaves the door open for you to come back and have another conversation at a later time. You with me? So you're not leaving bodies behind you. You're leaving relationships behind you. And now they've got a little education on what you're doing, no big deal. You cool? Okay, so now let me just give you the example. I'm talking to Jay, we're catching up on everything that's going on with her. And And she's like, what are you doing? And I tell her, hey, we're doing this thing. It's pretty awesome. It's pretty cool. Great wines. And it's just, it's been really fun. And she's like, wow, I'm kind of interested in learning some more about that. Great. So let me show you now how I take Jay from my prospects list, put her on my follow-up list, and how I'm going to follow up with her like a pro. Okay? Because guys, it's really, the follow-up's huge, right? You guys know this. Fortunes in the follow-up. Yeah. Do you guys know this stat that 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up? Have you guys heard that? 80% of all sales happen between the 7th and the 10th follow-up. And I see a lot of you guys nodding. You've heard that before. It's true. It's true. Not just in this business, in any business. I'm going to talk to you guys a little bit about the psychology of the human mind in sales, because it's important to understand. How many of you guys will follow up with people and you're like, man, they don't even respond. How rude. Like I followed up 3 or 4 or 5 times, nothing. Have you guys found that? Yeah. I would say that that should be true based on human psychology 95% of the time. 95% of the people who are interested will not respond to your follow-ups. Isn't that annoying? And you might get somewhere if you followed up 10 times, but how many of you guys follow up 10 times typically before you move on? Very few do. Now, the reason why you don't follow up 10 times, let's just be honest. Like one of them is you're just not that organized. It's hard to be that organized, to follow up 10 times with somebody. You need something like Teamzy to help you do that so no one falls through the cracks. But also, even if you're an aggressive person, you feel like you're bugging people at 10 times, right? You feel like you're nagging them. Totally. So I'm going to show you guys how to set this up in Teamzy and follow up 10 times without being annoying. Who's up for that? Okay. All right, cool. So, and let me show you how to set the follow-up, and then I'll come back and I'll explain to you the 2 principles that you need to employ to not be annoying. It's really important, and it's easy. All right, let me jump back in here real quick. Okay, so Jay and I have been having a great conversation. Now I want to invite her to the business. I'm going to look her up in my lookup bar to bring up her record, because she's not going to be on my dashboard. I already connected with her, and she's gone now for 2 months on my dashboard. I need to bring her back. So now I'm going to log this invite. It's another type of connect. So I'm going to open this connect box. And I'm going to say via email, let's say email. And see this little invite box right here? I'm going to click it. So now this connect is set up as an invite. So I'm tracking, not just every time I say hi to somebody, but I'm tracking who I'm inviting to the business. You with me? Now, see this select type? I've got a few types here. I could send her a video. I could set her up for an opportunity call. I could be scheduling her for a closing call, inviting her to a wine tasting or an event or something else. Cool? So in my example, I'm going to set her up for an opportunity call. Okay, so we're going to send her an email invite to the opportunity call. I'm just going to put a note here, op call. Okay, so now this is set up to send this to her. But here's the thing, guys. When I'm talking to her, I'm going to go, hey, I'm going to set you up. There's an opportunity call, which is coming up, whatever, and then I'll check in with you tomorrow and see if you have any questions. Okay, you always got to tell them that you're going to follow up with them. So now I gotta set the follow-up. Look, right now it's at default. Default is 60 days. She's a 4-star. That's not going to work. So I'm going to toggle this down and set it for tomorrow. See that? You can set it down for any of these little things, or you can do a custom calendar date. I'm going to set it for tomorrow. So now the follow-up is set. Now when I log this connect in this invite, she's now got a follow-up that's set. Okay? So I don't have to think about her again. Tomorrow I come back to my list. I work my prospects. I connect, bam, 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 bam. I connect with my customers. Bam, 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 bam. I connect with my reps. Work my list. And then now I'm working my follow-ups list because I'm starting to get people on my follow-ups list. There's Jay. She's ready for me to follow up with her. Okay? So I'm going to show you guys, by the way, I have the follow-up scripts in here, but I just want to give you this principle. If you want to follow up without being annoying, there's 2 things you need to do. They're really easy. The very first one is the most important. Never, ever ask someone to do anything in your follow-up. Never ask someone to do anything in your follow-up. Don't give them an action step. Don't ask them to call you back. Don't ask them to respond. Don't ask them to just tell me already if you're interested or not. Don't ask them to complete their purchase. A follow-up never asks for anything. Okay, that's the first rule. And that's gonna be hard for some of you guys because that's not the way you've always approached it, right? But a follow-up doesn't ask anything. The second principle is this. Your follow-up message needs to be short enough that they can read it on their notification screen of their phone without opening the message. Because they actually don't want you to know they've seen it yet. Right? Are you guys like that sometimes with messages? Absolutely. Now, let me explain why these two things are so important. Okay. This is probably the easiest network marketing concept ever because it's wine. So you guys agree? You have a leg up. So like people aren't afraid of getting the product. Like I'm not afraid of having a garage full of wine. I'll just have a party. Right? Amen on that one. But talking about business opportunity. So we're talking about business opportunity and it's awesome. You've gone through the comp plan, the business opportunity, they're excited. Guess what that is? What is it when you present a business plan, a comp plan like this one to somebody and they're excited? What is happening there? What you guys are selling them is hope with a plan. Hope with a plan. It's an emotion. The same emotion I went through when I wrote my why. And they're excited. Now, what we know about the way the subconscious mind works is that the subconscious mind controls more than 80% of our actions and our decisions. Have you guys heard that before? And what do we also know about the subconscious mind? It hates change. It wants you to stay exactly where you are. So you're talking to someone, you're showing them the comp plan, they're excited, they're super stoked consciously. Meanwhile, the back of their mind's having this conversation, no, keep your steady job. It's safe. You don't want to change, right? You just need to understand, guys, this is what happens. So what happens is they're excited. You're like, I'm going to follow up with you tomorrow. This is going to be so awesome. You guys are like, I have a total winner. She's going to join the team. You follow up and you don't hear back. So this is what we're doing with follow-ups, guys. A follow-up is momentarily reconnecting them to that hope emotion that they had that first time. And we want to do it enough, repetitively, so that they connect to it enough that we can start to move that subconscious mind out of its like concrete and get it ready to make a decision to change. Okay? So let me show you how we do it. Does that make sense to you guys? So every day for a few days, and then maybe it's every couple of days, they're going to hear from you. And the follow-ups are going to be great. It's going to be like, I remember how excited I was, right? And they're going to, as soon as they have that moment, they're going to immediately be like, but I can't respond right now because, and then their mind makes up excuses. The baby just threw up. The dog broke her leg, right? I need to change the oil in the car right now. I can't right now. I'm making dinner for the kids, right? So they're going to come up with this stuff. But let me show you how this works, guys. Because this works, by the way. This isn't theoretical. This is stuff that has been tried and true. So I'm going to come into my follow-up list. I'm going to follow up with Jay. I'm going to go to my scripts. I'm going to just grab the first, by the way, we put 10 scripts in here for follow-ups. So you really don't even have to think about this. I'm going to go to follow-up number 1. Hi, Jane, just checking in like I promised I would. What questions do you have for me? It's short, it's sweet. It's all about her. I'm not asking her for anything. I'm just completing my promise, letting her know I'm here for her questions. Okay? So I'll send her that one, right? So I'll copy that script. I'll go to Facebook. I'll send it to Jay. And then I'll paste it in here that I sent her this one. Make sure, by the way, that you set the next follow-up every time. I don't want her falling off this follow-up list. I've got to set the next one before I complete it. So I'm going to set it again for tomorrow. I'm going to log it. And then tomorrow when I come back here, picture you have like 20 of these after a while, right? I'm going to come down my list and work my list instead of my follow-ups. I'm going to go to Jay again. If I don't remember what I said to her last, I just click activity. It shows me my last couple of things that I said to her. Wait a second. It's not showing up for me. Oh, it's loading. Okay. So I'm going to go to connect. I'm going to go to scripts. We're going to go to the next script. Follow-up number 2. Hi, Jane. Just make sure you got my email. Checking to see if you have any questions. Great. Follow-up number 3. I'm excited about the goals we discussed. Can't wait to get started. All of them are excited. They're hopeful. None of them are asking her to do anything. She's seeing these come up and going, oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Follow-up number 4, just staying in touch so I can help you achieve your goals. Okay, follow-up number 5, I hope you're doing well. I'm here when you're ready. We're just setting the tone, guys, that we're here to help and that we're a pro. We're following up like a pro. Because what you need to understand is when you're talking to somebody about an opportunity that can change their life and they've asked you for help, they've shown interest, following up is not annoying. It's actually an act of love. It's actually an act of love. And failing to follow up shows them that you didn't care enough about them to do it. And so as you're doing this, what will typically happen around number 6 or 7, and most people don't get that far, so they never experience this, is that you get a message that says, you are so awesome. Thank you so much for staying in touch with me. I really appreciate it. Have you guys gotten those messages? I mean, it's like clockwork that it happens around 6 or 7. Like, thank you so much. They're so impressed at how consistent you are. And because of the tone of your follow-ups, they're not irritated. And that's about the point where they go, I'm going to take another look at it today. And you're like, today? It's been 2 weeks, girl. I have sent you 10 messages, like, right? But that is the way people are wired, guys. But here's the thing I want you to know. With Teamzy, you're not spending any time thinking about these people. You're just banging through your list. You get to your follow-ups list, you bang through your follow-ups list, and it's done for the day. Bam, done. Now I need to go meet some new people and add them to my list. That's it. Does that make sense? So then what happens is, let's say we go through this process, and then we look in the back office and we see, oh man, Jay came in, she got her wine, she's in the club, it all worked out. So how do I finish her off in the system? I'm gonna look her up again. Okay, I'm gonna look her up. Yeah, we ranked our contacts, go away. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna log the sale so that I know that my activity resulted in a sale type. So I've got a few choices: customer 2 bottles, customer 4 bottles, premium wine lover elite. All right, so she came in, bam, I'm gonna save that. We're not tracking volume or anything. You've got that in your back office. We just want to know what the result was. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move her from prospect to rep by just clicking right here on rep, and that she's personally sponsored. So now I've moved Jay through the whole process. We started a conversation. We had a conversation. We invited her to the business, followed up like a pro. Now she's on the team. And now next time Jay comes up on the dashboard, she will actually be on this column instead of this one. Make sense? Okay, now a couple of things real quick on this. I'm gonna do a Q&A in a second. And in the Q&A, I'll let you guys ask general questions, and then I'll address all the stuff about moving you guys over for Beachbody. But before I do the Q&A, I wanna show you guys, I wanna give you guys a couple action steps. I think I have, where's that thing? Hold on a second. Try this again. There you go. Here's your action steps. You guys ready? First of all, you need to go get your free trial. We already talked about this. Go to teamzy.com, get your free trial. If you're already actively using the Beachbody one, you can play around with it if you just want to see the direct seller stuff, but we're going to be able to move you over, okay, from Beachbody. But everyone who's not already using it, go get a free trial and get everyone on your team into the free trial, okay? It's free. It's free. Also, get a 30-day success partner to do the free trial with you. So if you have a success partner in the business already, use them. If you don't, find someone on the team who's about equal with ambition and enthusiasm with you. And say, hey, you want to do this with me for 30 days? Be my success partner. What I want you guys to do is every day when you complete your Teamzy action steps, to take a screenshot of that dashboard and message it to your success partner. Hold each other accountable that way to do it. You guys will blow your business up in 30 days. I'm serious. Okay. And then the third action step is I want to give you guys a 5-day challenge. So over a 5-day period, 5 days in a row, I want you to connect with 100 people. So that's an average of 20 people a day, which, by the way, I just showed you can do in 20 minutes. Seriously. That's less time than you spend in the restroom to build your business. Hold each other accountable to doing it with your success partner. 5 days in a row. I want you to do it 5 days in a row so you start to feel what the momentum feels like when you do it every day. People are always like, well, should I be doing this 7 days a week? I don't know. I did. It takes 20 minutes. right? And the truth is that you work like other people aren't willing to now so that you can live like other people never get to, right? 20 minutes a day in Teamzy. Of course, you're going to have conversations going on, but that's fun. You're having conversations. So this is what again, go get your 30-day free trial. Get a 30-day success partner and do the trial with you. Take a screen grab every day when you finish your action steps, and then do the 5-day challenge, 100 people in 5 days. Okay? Who's going to accept the challenge, 5-day challenge at least? Look around at the hands, hold each other accountable. Hold on, let me get to the next screen. Oh, look at all these people with their cameras off. I'm calling you guys out. I don't even think you're here. I think that you are doing something else. There you go. There you go. Got your cameras off. You know, I think that you're playing Words with Friends. I see some familiar faces on there. Okay. Cool. Let me take a look real quick in the chat and see if there's any questions. And then if you guys have questions, just unmute and ask them.
I have a question.
Go for it.
On the follow-ups, how often do you send those out? Are they every single day, or do you like space them out after you've sent a couple, or how does that work?
Carolyn, that's a great question. Now, you guys have to use your discernment on this. This is what I do personally. I like to send at least 3 days in a row. And then maybe I'll back them off 2 days, and then maybe a little bit more depending on, right?
Okay.
But I like to do 3 days in a row because I want them to be thinking about me constantly for a few days. And the first few are real gentle anyways. And then I'll back them off. Okay? But it's really up to you. It's really up to you. The thing is I'm probably more cautious than I need to be, personally. But what I have found is that if you're constantly starting conversations, like if you did, my target was just what I showed you guys. It was 20 a day. If I talked to 20 people a day, sent 20 messages a day, I was having conversations all the time. And I never had any problem creating business every single month. Does that make sense? So, and you can ramp that up if you really want to go nuts. One time I did 43 connects in 1 hour. And like, I honestly couldn't do it again for 3 days because I was having so many conversations. It was crazy. It was crazy. And that's where you're going to start getting more efficient as you guys go. You're going to start saving things in Teamzy as scripts, like response emails and things like that with links and everything. You have them all in Teamzy so that when you're getting that conversation, you're just sending stuff super fast, right? Okay, I hope that answered the question. I don't want to go off too much.
Is there a good time of day to send?
Whenever you can, because people will respond when they're ready to. It doesn't matter. I've done them really.
How late?
How late?
Uh-huh.
I've done them. You know what's funny is, so I have 4 kids, and so we tend to go to bed early and get up early, and I would typically do my reach outs at like 4:30 in the morning, and then people would respond a few hours later. But also, I noticed that people are very active between like 9 and 11 p.m.
Thank you.
So what would happen is I'd be asleep, and then my phone would start buzzing, and my wife would be like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, shh, messaging back with people because, you know, and plus you guys you're on the internet, so people are in all different time zones anyways. You have no idea. So my thing is this, rather than just like whenever you can get it done, if you could get it done every day, just get it done. Make sense? And because you're going to be messaging people anyways. Okay.
Thanks.
Karen's got 10,000 people on Facebook. That's awesome. Karen, that's awesome. You've got a gold mine. You should be doing like 40 a day on Teamzy though to get through your list. Okay. I'm reading these things here. Boom, boom, boom. Should you start using this even if you don't have a team yet? Yeah, you absolutely should. This is how you're going to organize your prospects list. Start building your team. Is there a Teamzy app? Oh, that's a great question. Let me show you guys this really quick. There's a Teamzy mobile website. Okay, this is what it looks like. So it's the same thing. It's just on your phone, right? So you got your list, your prospects list, your customers list. right? It's the same thing we were just working on. You can do it all mobile. You just go to app.teamzy.com. It's the same website. If you're on an Android, you do it in Chrome. And if you're on an iPhone, you do it in Safari. It's just a website. And it's going to be mobile. So you can do all this as you go in your app time. You can.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
I'm currently using that, but what I would really love to see is push notifications. That's why I asked about having an app in the future.
You want push notifications to tell you to go and work your list every day?
Yes. I have a horrible memory.
Okay, so let me help you with this. Just go in and do it every day.
I think really it's just remembering to go into Teamzy is what I'm having a hard time with right now. But I've just now started using it. I've never used it before.
So what I recommend you guys do is, again, this is just my business consultant hat coming in, is you need to create a daily schedule. Okay, and of course the schedule needs to be flexible, but you need to have in your schedule when your power hour will be. Is it at 7 a.m. every day, right? And put it in your schedule and tell your kids, tell everybody, like, this is my power hour. This is when I'm going to be doing it. And I know, like, for me, starting this business, I had just, at first I only had an hour a day. And I had, well, basically I had my lunch break because I worked. And then I had like an hour at night. And so I had those hours broken into 15-minute increments, and I knew exactly what I was doing in those 15-minute increments. Otherwise, you waste your time, right? So you need to set that down. So my point to you is, I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but I've built CRMs before. We built one for real estate, and the push notifications, the same thing with text message reminders and email reminders, was they started being annoying to people. What I really want you to do is just get in the habit every day of going in and just working your list down. Make sense? Okay. All right. Okay, good. Camera's off because I'm in bed. No one wants to see that. It's okay. I'll still call you guys out. Okay. So does anyone else have a question real quick? How many of you guys right now, let me just look at the pages. How many of you guys are using the Beachbody version currently? Nobody on that screen. Okay, let me see. Put them up again. Beachbody version. How many of you guys are using it? Just a few of you guys. Okay, so it's not a big issue with this group. I'm going to mention it though for you guys. I'm going to put it on this recording because I know some people will catch it later. The cool thing is I had originally posted in the Wine Warriors group that you're kind of out of luck. Like, you're just going to have to start a new account. The reason why I had originally thought that is because we built Teamzy in silos so that each network is completely walled off and secure from the next. So there's no security issues with networks cross-pollinating, right? However, the guys have been, because we know we have so many Beachbody refugees coming over to Direct Cellars, the guys are working out code that would allow you to move your data from your Beachbody account into a Direct Cellars account. Okay, so here's what I want you guys to get from this. If you're a Beachbody person, you need to go to send a help desk ticket to Teamzy asking us to make the move for you. Okay, and the code to transfer that will be done by next Friday. Here's the other cool thing I want you guys to know. Because this is a beta group launch for Direct Cellars, what that means is the first 30 days we launch to a network, we call it beta test. Everyone who starts during that time, we want you to send feedback and help us improve it, make sure that we got everything right for your network. At the end of that 30 days, or anytime, actually not at the end, anytime during that 30 days, before that period ends, you have an opportunity to become a Teamzy founding member of this network, for this network. What that means is that you get a discount, like a third off for life, right? So the founding member price after the free trial is $19.95 a month versus $29.99 a month, okay? If you're in Beachbody and you're paying $29.99 a month, which is our normal price, we never discount, by the way, we never discount our rates except for during the founder period. If you're paying full price in Beachbody, or you paid in advance for a year in Beachbody, when you come over to Direct Cellars, you'll be converted into a founder at the lower price. So you're going to be paying a lower price. Is that cool? That's cool. Now, I'm telling you guys this because the beta period for Direct Cellars ends on May 6th. So write that down, May 6th. Which means that if you want to sign up, you want to get a subscription set up before May 6th so that you'd be a founder. And even if you're in a free trial, even if you're still in a free trial, you can set up the subscription. We won't bill you until the end of your free trial, but if you set the subscription up before May 6th, you'll get the founder's rate when it starts. Make sense? So you want to make sure you let your teams know that too. I know that $29.99 isn't that big a deal, but wouldn't you rather pay 20 bucks instead of 30? I would. So definitely get in there because we appreciate you guys. We want to get things rolling for Direct Cellars. I have not told any other teams about this yet, just this team. So, we wanted to give you, and Sherry and I were talking about it. Like she couldn't be here tonight. She was doing stuff and she was like, I do not want to make them wait till I can be there. That's why we did this anyways, because we wanted you guys to get in there and start using it and start benefiting from it. But for those of you guys, I hope you're excited about this. The bottom line is what this system will do for you is it takes all the cool stuff you're doing already and it puts a system around it that's watertight. You can't screw it up. You can't drop people through the cracks. And it takes the overwhelm out. Like, oh my gosh, I got to do all this stuff. It's just like, no, you just got to go take some bites off your list today. Make sense? And just be consistent. It's just like anything else. 30 minutes a day consistent is going to be better than anything else. It's just going to start. It's just going to work. Are you guys with me? Awesome. Okay.
Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm not using the right web address for the mobile, but I'm unable to paste my Connect conversations into the Teamzy on mobile. Is that something that can be fixed, or maybe I'm just using the wrong? What was that Teamzy mobile address again?
Well, it's app.teamzy.com.
Okay.
So are you on iPhone?
No, I'm on Android.
Okay. But we haven't had any reported issues with it this week. It seems to be working fine. So when you go in to do it, I'm on an iPhone, but you get that, you just touch it and you get that little thing that comes up that says paste.
Yeah, I haven't tried it since the first day when you first announced the beta.
Yeah.
I signed up right away, and when I first tried pasting into it, it said it wasn't available on mobile yet. And I guess I haven't tried it since then. So
Okay, I know exactly what you're talking about. You cannot do setup on phone. You have to do a setup on a computer.
Okay, I'm just confusing it in my mind.
Yep.
Okay,
So
you're right.
You got to do setup on computer. If you try to go to do setup on a phone, it's going to say this is a mobile device. It won't work. The reason why is because when you're importing files like your Facebook friends list, your phone doesn't handle those files. It can't save them to the phone. You can't download files like that to your phone, right? So that's why you can't do it that way. You have to use a computer. So if all you have are mobile devices, just borrow a laptop or go to the library to get set up, and then you can do everything on your phone. Okay?
All right, thank you.
No problem. I'm glad you asked that. Okay, and then the other thing I want to show you guys this is what I was talking about. When you're on Teamzy, see this big help button down here on the bottom right-hand corner? That's what you're going to click if you need help with anything. Okay? If you're a former Beachbody person, you need us to move you from Beachbody to Direct Cellars, you're going to click that help button and send us a message saying, can you please move me over? Okay? And we'll automatically adjust your pricing and everything for you. All right? And if you're like Carolyn and you prepaid for the year, we'll figure it out so you get more. Okay?
Do you want me to private message you about that?
No, I want you to click that purple help button.
Okay.
And send the message that way and just put in there that you're on the RF version.
Okay.
Because that creates a ticket that's tracked. It's just like Teamzy, right? I want you in a system where I can't drop you through the cracks. It creates a ticket that's tracked, and we have to make sure we close it out the right way so that we give you guys the right service, right? And honestly, you may think I'm cool, but my team is better at that stuff than me. So
okay.
You want them. You want me to pat them on the back and them to do the good stuff.
Okay. I will do that. Thank you.
Sure thing. Any other questions, you guys? How many of you are already ready? How many of you are already ready to go in and start doing it right now? You're like, stop talking already. I want to go start connecting with people. Awesome.
I just laptop on.
I need to go drink my wine. I actually have a box coming tomorrow. Isn't it so exciting?
I'm doing it right now.
There you go.
And I have my wine. Thank you so much.
Yes, thank
You were amazing.
My pleasure, you guys. It's fun to be here. I'm excited. You know, I didn't think we were going to be able to do one for Direct Cellars because it was so new. But I talked my partners into saying, like, this is such an amazing group. They're small right now, but they're growing so fast. I think it'd be awesome to be there at the beginning. So I hope you guys blow it up and, you know, plug people in as they join your team. We will be here to help you, and we want to be part of your success story.
Wonderful.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have a
Yes,
great
you are
night.
This might be my
amazing.
breakthrough right here. So thank you so much.
You're welcome, guys. God bless. Have a good night.
You too.
Night.
Thank you.